And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, race fans from all across Malaysia. We're coming to you live from Bandar Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, and it is again the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival 2019 VOS Challenge Season 3 Round 2.
And it's right, we are live here from the Royal Malaysia Air Force Museum, where we are going to be witnessing a race now for the promotional class of the VOS Challenge. These are going to be comprised mostly of local celebrities, as well as a special guest, which is one of the Chief Motorsports Officer of UMW Toyota, Aikyo Takayama.
Well, for those of you not in the know, I am Nick Harris, and of course I am with Victor Cax, who is going to be the commentary team for today.
That is right, my friend, and we are right now at the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival. You guys should be here because there's lots of activities here, especially catered for the motorsports fan. We've got activities such as the Toyo Drift, which is going to be two Toyota 86s that will be drifting right out in front here. We also got the GR Supra, the brand new Toyota Supra that's going to be up. We are also seeing right now that the track right now is at a temperature of 43.5 degrees Celsius. So you know it's a little bit hot and humid here, but it's definitely perfect conditions here because this is going to definitely keep those tires nice and warm as they will be going out on track very, very soon.
Well, this is a beautiful, beautiful sunny day today as we are going to be handling a crazy amount of races for today.
So we're right now waiting for the drivers to come out on track. Let us let you guys know who are racing here today. So they'll be going out pretty soon. So car number 1 is going to be held by Aikyo Takayama. They're going to be rolling out now where the horns actually have gone off. We've got car number 6, Sean Lee, a YouTuber and beatboxer. We also got car number 8, Wani Hasrita, who is a local singer. We got Ayn Edrus, who is a model and actress and also the host of M Buzz in car number 9. Then we also got Diana Danielle, who is an actress who starred in Evolusi KL Drift, so I think she might know a thing or two about car racing. And in car number 18, we have Jana Nick, who is a TV actress who is most notably starring in My Coffee Prince. Then we also got Shuki Yahya. In car number 24, he starred in Jiwa Taiko, one of his major first starring roles. Then we also got car number 83, Nabil Ahmad. He's a comedian who is well known as a Raja Lawa Astro. Then we got Shafiq Kal in car number 88. He's an actor who's starring in the upcoming Police Evo 3. That's a movie here in Malaysia. Then we also got Nabila Razali, a singer-actress who was in Academy Fantasia 10 and has a new album coming out called Vroom Vroom. Perhaps foreshadowing her potential career in motorsports here. Then we also got Kai Bahar, who is a singer and is also known as the King of Smule, which is a karaoke app. If you guys know about that.
All right, so we've got 11 race races on the track here, and it is going to be interesting to see how these promotional class drivers are going to be handling themselves on the Toyota Gazoo race at the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival for the Vios Challenge. Man, oh man, has it been a crazy turn of events here. It was a very competitive sporting class that we just foresaw beforehand, and now we are in the middle part of our qualifying rounds. It's interesting to see how these celebrities, as well as Akio Takayama, are going to be handling themselves. As you can see, the heat now dissipating away from the track.
Yeah, you can literally see the heat is coming off of the track there, and that does mean that these tires are going to heat up very, very quickly compared to earlier on when we saw the qualifying for the sporting class. So I'm expecting to see that some of these guys will definitely get the cars up to speed very, very rapidly. But here's the thing as well, because the track is so hot, the tires might actually have the potential to overheat, especially if they push really, really hard. So the thing is that the drivers definitely have to manage that as they come into this qualifying session. They are on their outlet. Let's see a final chance here, just get a feel for the car to see whether or not the car is up in tip-top condition or they finally go out on their flying lap.
Interested to see how these drivers are going to be handling themselves comparatively towards the previous rounds. We do see Sean Lee right now with 1 minute and 19. If I'm not mistaken, he already did manage to get a time of 1 minute and 18 yesterday for his practice rounds, for the official practice rounds. So I'm pretty excited to see how they are going to translate those times for today. Comparing to the sporting class, we had an average time of about 1 minute 18, 1 minute 17, which was the best time. So I think this could be a bar for Sean Lee to measure himself against in the promotional class.
So Nabil Ahmad might be a potential contender here for P1, as he has the fastest Sector 1 compared to everyone else here. And it's right now sitting in P2 there, having set a time of 1:20.7. Definitely not his best. He definitely is able to hit the 1:19s yesterday. And bear in mind, like, these lap times for practice are when the track conditions were still damp. So I'm expecting to see that a lot of these guys here potentially could even break into the 1:19s, or maybe you might even see more 1:18s coming up really, really soon. Shukri Yahya on car number 24 is currently in P3, also in the 120s club. He's literally about 0.05 seconds slower than Nabil Ahmad, so definitely a huge potential for him to make up some places here if he can just get a really good Sector 1 time.
Well, we're going to be seeing how this is going to be working on here, as we are seeing coming in from some of the turns, Sean Lee right now, Diana Danielle coming out from that long straight, as they are going to be heading into turn number 7, excuse me.
So the thing is that it seems like Sean Lee is using his mastery of Sector 2. Oh, a lot of smoke coming out from car number 6, Sean Lee. Hopefully that's not an issue going on with his engine there. Hopefully it's just problems with his brakes maybe. But that's the thing. Like, I didn't see him going pretty close to that wall there, so maybe he might be scraping a bit of that concrete there. But hopefully he's still alright though. It doesn't seem to have slowed down any way whatsoever. So perhaps this might be just a minor fluke there.
Well, interested to see how some of these drivers are going to be handling themselves in this situation, in this racetrack. We do see an average time of about 1 minute and 22 seconds to 23 seconds here for a lot of the middle of the pack here. But we do see Sean Lee right now trailing ahead in car number 6 with a time of 1 minute and 19. That's going to be the time to be in our promotional series.
Yeah, he's coming through the start-finish line really soon now. Let's see if he's going to be able to best his time. And yes, he does. He breaks into the 118s. Now he's sitting at 118.950. And that's going to be the time to beat right now for the promotional class. We are seeing some of the cars coming across the line. Shuki Yaya just set a 120.878. Not quite his best yet for this session. But we'll be able to make that up as time goes on. Nabil Ahmad still sitting in P2. P4 right now is being held by Wani Hasrita, the local singer, who is setting in 122.797. So that puts her very squarely up on the grid. Now we are seeing car number 94, which is Kai Bahar, setting a blistering time of 122.659. That pushes him all the way up into P4.
Nicely done there, coming in from Kai Bahar, being able to push himself a little bit higher in terms of where his position in the track. But we do see Sean Lee right now is still maintaining that first spot. However, not too far behind is going to driver.
Exactly. Driver saying a lot of these guys slowly getting a good feel of their car right now. They're setting blistering fast, 71 times now. A lot of guys in the 36 club here at the moment. But still, Sean Lee is going to be reigning king of Sector 1 so far, having set a 34.772. And that is literally almost a second faster than Shuki Yahya, who set a 35.628. So the thing is that if anyone wants to try to beat him there, it's definitely going to be a matter of whether or not they can get a really good exit coming out of turn 3. So the thing is that we are seeing Shuki Yahya now able to put himself up into P2 now, having set a 120.285. So that actually puts him just ahead of Nabil Ahmad, and that's a pretty good place to be in, I think, because as far as this promotional class has been so far, I mean, of course, Sean Lee has been beating most of the guys here when it came to practice, but Nabil Ahmad, Shuki Yahya a little bit trading blows throughout the official practice, and it's interesting to see who's going to be able to come out on top when it comes to this qualifying session.
Well, it is going to be interesting to see how some of these drivers are going to be interacting with one another here, and they are going to be handling some of these turns with pretty much ease here. We do see now coming in for Kai Baha, we did manage to see a little bit of his car here as they're going to be going for that long straight.
Yeah, Kai Bahar, the YouTuber, the singer and the king of S Mule, is going to be coming across through the runway right about now, and we're seeing some of the guys in the Toyota pits there looking pretty all smiles there. You know, these are the guys who are supporting the promotional class drivers here. They're the ones responsible for setting up the cars, making sure that these celebrity drivers are going to be able to perform their absolute best when it comes to race number 2. So they are going to be looking on like proud parents right now as the children, let's put it that way, are going to be out on track and making a name for themselves.
Well, definitely making a name for themselves there. However, it is going to be a very close fight at the top 3 spots here between Sean Lee, Shukri Yahya, as well as Nabil Ahmad, handling on towards the 1 minute 18, 1 minute 19, and 1 minute 20. We do see an average time of 1 minute 23, 1 minute 24 comparatively for all these drivers. So we shall see as the race progresses whether the times will get better and better as the qualifying round progresses.
That's right. So Sean Lee right now is sitting really pretty up there. He's just bested his own time, making it 1:18.207. That's literally 0.6 of a second faster than his official practice time. So you know that he's definitely in tune with his car right now, and it's going to be pretty hard to dethrone him. I think at this point because that's it. Actually, the pit stop. Maybe. I think so. So the thing is that now Nabil Ahmad and Shuki Yahya are still out on track. They're still trying to set the lap times in. We're 20 minutes away from the end of qualifying, and still putting in time here for these guys, trying to set a much faster lap time.
All right, so we do see that coming in from Sean Lee as well, still maintaining that top time, but Diana Danielle, Wani Hasrita, as well as as well as Kai Bahar are maintaining the times about 1 minute 22, Ayn Idris with 1 minute 23, Akio Takayama, Nabila Razali with 124, Shafika with 125, and Jananik with 127.
So far, it's only Shuki Yahya, Nabil Ahmad, and Sean Lee who are able to break the 120 mark. But coming pretty close is going to be Kai Bahar, sitting at 123 in that last lap. That's the fastest lap of 122. Definitely could actually make good gains here coming in. But Shuki Yahya has just taken away P2 for Nabil Ahmad. A bit of drama going up in the front there. It's set at 119.394.
Well, we are going to be following on to Sean Lee, who is handling the top spot pole position there with 1 minute 18. Quite a bit of a distance there being covered between himself and second and third spot. However, we do see Shukri Yahya as well as Nabil Ahmad getting better and better times as the race progresses. Shafika already improving his time, whereas Ayn Idris as well as Wani Hasrita still maintaining their times as the qualifying rounds progresses.
Maintain himself there. Diana Danielle is still attempting to try to break free of the chains of P5 there. So far, it's set at 122.958, just a little bit closer to besting her own time, but she needs to beat a 122.474. That's a time set by Kai Bahar. If Diana Danielle wants to be able to upgrade herself to P4. So this is going to be an interesting thing to see as Shafiq Kyle now comes across the line, setting a 124.2. Definitely needs to try to step out a little bit to get into the 22 clubs there, because he's currently sitting in 8.
he's still going to be holding on towards that 1 minute 19 spot third place, where Shukiraya already getting a better time with 1 minute 19. So in terms of discrepancy between themselves, it's just by about a point 1 second difference between Nabil Ahmad as well as Shukiraya. So Shukiraya wants to get as much space between himself and Nabil Ahmad in terms of time as possible.
Yeah, the thing is, it's also noticing that Diana Danielle is having a bit of trouble there, given that she's currently sitting up behind Shuki Yahya, who is also on an outer lap. So it's Jeffy she could actually make use of that advantage, because, especially going down that main runway, she will be able to use the draft of the car in order to be able to get a little bit of an edge there in terms of a top speed. But the thing is that, especially when you got a car in front of you, you always have to watch out for those braking points. You don't want to miss it, especially when you're drafting. You're going to be going a little bit faster than usual, and with less downforce going on the car, it's definitely one situation where you have to watch out about where you're going to place the car, where you're going to be able to turn in, especially when you're trying to set a fast lap.
Right, as we are going to be watching in terms of timing here, it's 16 minutes as we are going to be heading into these rounds here. Looking at how it has been thus far for a lot of the drivers, average times have already improved by quite a bit. From 123 now, we do see 122 and 121 being some of the average times that are being taken by a lot of these drivers here. We are going to be going towards that long straight there from turns number 4 and 5.
Yeah, no, bad news abound here for Nabila Razali and Dinah Danielle. They have just been dethroned by Wani Hasrita, who is now up into P5, having set a 121.64. That's faster than most of the girls over here, so she's might be the homecoming queen here for this race if she can keep this pace going.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how some of these drivers are going to be improving their times. We do see that a little bit more speed is being adopted by some of these drivers. Here's Kai Bahar right now speeding out of that turn.
Yeah, so Diana Danielle is slowly inching her way into the 121s now, sitting at 121.85. So that puts her just behind Wani Hasrita. Definitely a lot of potential for her to get back her original position of P5 here. So the thing is that she needs to be able to improve her few sector times here if she wants to be able to get back up in place, because Wani Hasrita is currently standing between her and P5.
Now we're going to be following from car number 9, Ayn Edrus. We're going to be seeing and a highlight, a replay right there. A big crash coming in from Ayn Edrus.
Oh, that's going to sting a lot though. I don't think she took a lot of damage there. It doesn't look like a lot of damage on her front left. So it looks like there's going to be a red flag for this session here. And oh yeah, she did nudge the wall a little bit. And that definitely is going to leave a dent there. So unfortunately, the fender there might actually prevent her from being able to better her own time in this qualifying session.
Well, it's going to be a big turn of events here, as it is going to be red flags waved about throughout the entire track, putting this qualifying round to a pause for the moment, as we are seeing that our marshals are going to be working really fast to get Ayn Idrus out of there safe and sound, and to prevent any obstructions towards this qualifying round.
Now they actually have a closer look here. It looks like there's a major puncture there in her front right tire. So she's going to be coming out of her car now with the red flags already out. No cars are left on track there. So the marshals will be attending to her pretty soon. But I think it'd be wise for her actually to stay in the car at the moment, because, oh, some traffic is coming up the road now. So the marshals will be waving them through. She's going to have to sit there for quite a bit though. Quite unfortunate, especially for her. She was just until this point was sitting in P8, having set a time of 122, and was definitely trying to improve that, because she would have potentially gotten faster than Nabila Razali. But unfortunately, with this crash now, I think that's also going to affect a lot of these drivers here, because, you know, whenever a session gets red flag, the timer is still running. We don't have any extra time here for the qualifying session, so this could potentially be the end of qualifying, as we can see here for the promotional class.
Well, this is going to be very unfortunate for a lot of these drivers here. However, Sean Lee will definitely be enjoying with his best time of 1 minute and 18. Hopefully, Ayn Idris is not in any form of harm. No harm has come about her or any serious damage towards her vehicle. So we do hope that this is going to be able to how to say develop with speed and quickness as we want to be watching more of the qualifying rounds action transpire.
Yeah, so the thing is that I think she's looking pretty fine. It doesn't seem to have any issues there, though I do believe the medical truck will be attending to her really shortly. So it's always important, even in small cases like these, it's always important to ensure that the drivers are not injured in any way. And the thing is especially when you're in the middle of driving, adrenaline can sometimes make you feel like you're still alright even after a crash. So I think it's going to be important for the medical staff on hand here to make sure that Ayn Idris is going to be all right here. And we do see, yep, they're finally attending to her here as her car is going to be towed away there. That's going to be a lot of work, I think, for the Toyota pit crew for the promotional classes. They're going to have to work on fixing that car in time for the race.
Well, it seems that it is going to be a very, very crazy set of events here as they are going to be towing it off. And let us hope that there isn't going to be no extra turn of events here as the promotional qualifying rounds transpire.
So as of right now, because the session has been red flagged, I think we should take these results as provisional, at least until further notice. So at the moment, Sean Lee is leading on the board right now in P1, having set of 118. Shuki Yahya is in P2 at the moment. Nabil Abad in P3. Then we also have Kai Bahar in P4. Wani Hasrita, P5, the fastest girl right now on the circuit, ahead of Diana Danielle, who's in P6, Nabila Razali in P7, Ayn Idris, who had the unfortunate incident, as you can see on track here. She was in P8 right up until she crashed into the wall. Akio Takayama, the Chief Motorsport Officer at Toyota, is currently in P9. Shafiq Kyle in car number 88 is in P10, and Jana Nick in P11.
Well, it seems that the medical car there has been summoned as well as the safety car, so let's hope that there are nothing more than scrapes and bruises for this particular round off here. We do see that most of the safety car as well as the race director now moving into the pit, so hopefully isn't something too serious there. A little bit of punt towards the car.
I think that wheel might be a little bit stuck there, so I think the tow operators will have to figure out how to get the obstruction off the track because they can't get it out fast enough. We could be seeing the end of qualifying here as the session is still red flag with about, I believe there was about, 13 minutes to go in this session. So not a lot of time here for the crews, to try to clear off the track. Though we do see the drivers already lining up on the pit entry here, waiting for the queue to go in once the tow operators have already removed Ayn Idris' car.
Hopefully there isn't that much debris on the track, and we do see that compared to some of the collisions that we experienced yesterday, it is one of the more minor collisions that is going to be experienced by these drivers here in the qualifying rounds. However, safety is the #1 priority here, and we are hoping that Ayn Idris is nothing more than scrapes and bruises.
Yeah, so definitely the crash there was not as severe as what we saw during practice, which happened to Brendan Paul in the super sporting class. He literally hit the wall at really high speed and actually had a little bit of an injury on his collarbone there. I actually spoke with him in the pits earlier on this morning, and he seemed to be in high spirits. His car actually managed to get repaired in time for today's qualifying session, and that's a huge, huge credit there to his mechanics because they literally had to straighten his car out using a forklift, and unfortunately it seemed that in the process of doing that, they did crack the chassis a little bit. So Brandon Paul is definitely keeping his hopes a little bit tempered for today, but I think he's definitely going to be happy to be able to at least join the racing for today's action.
And it seems that the tow truck right now already being able to load up the car with speed and efficacy, and we may see that the qualifying rounds may actually be underway. We do see the thumbs up coming in from one of the track crews there, as the safety car is going to be moving in, and as we are going to be watching this particular round transpire here, it may be foreshadowing of the start of the qualifying rounds again, as everyone is on standby. Race director already making his way out of the track as well, so this could be a signifier of the continuance of this qualifying round for the promotional series, for the promotional class.
Yeah, so the race director has already inspected the track. I think it seems like the track is perfectly safe because he's going to be coming into the pits now. So we should be able to see them come out for the continuation of this qualifying session. Not sure how much time will be left here for them. But it looks like there is still 15 minutes on the clock here. The lock has been stopped, and looks like they will be resuming it really soon here. And that's definitely going to be good news for the drivers, because they will have at least a chance to come out on track here in order to continue on with this qualifying session, and hopefully to be able to better their own lap times. We saw some battles that were going on early on in the midfield, particularly between Wani Hasrita, Diana, Danielle, who have been fighting tooth and nail for that P5 position. And we also were seeing Kai Bahar slowly trying to make his way up into the podium position, and he's just by a hair's width away from there. Just needs a better Nabil Ahmad, who's currently in P3, who currently has a time of 1:19.4, and Kai Bahar right now is about 1.5 seconds slower than him at the moment. If he can just make up that little bit of time there, he could potentially see himself starting in the second row.
Well, it is going to be a very interesting turn of events here, as we are going to be looking at the replay. But
It's that was like a bit of a glancing blow there, and I think it's fortunate that she was able to be in the braking zone there, I believe, before she ended up into the wall. So at least the car was slowed down significantly enough that perhaps there was not too much damage done to the car, hopefully. Though the mechanics would definitely want to try to turn that car around as quickly as they can. So a little bit unfortunate there for Ayn Edrus, but hopefully she will be able to come back better and stronger after we actually get underway with the race here today.
All right, red flag is still underway here, as we may see that the drivers, but look at that, a little bit of damage there. Quite a significant amount of damage towards the outer, towards the body of car number 9 of Ayn Idrus. However, it seems that it's quite superficial thus far. Hopefully, that is the only extent of the damage.
Well, the rim doesn't look too bent though, so the thing is that I think there might be a bit of suspension damage, but just a replacement of the shock absorber should probably suffice, as well as the driving rack. I think the only thing that, that was the thing I'm kind of concerned about, is that if the driving rack actually gets damaged, that's actually going to be a lot of work for them to get the car turned around in time for the race. So looking at the damage there, it doesn't look too severe. Definitely not the worst one that we had so far on this track. And we'll just have to leave the Toyota engineers and mechanics to it. Hopefully they will be able to get the car turned around in time for the actual race.
Yeah, hopefully that is going to be the case for these drivers here. Time is of the essence for a lot of these races, as they are waiting to get back onto the track, and let's hope that time is not too much time has elapsed, and they still have enough time for them to maintain a competitive qualifying round for this promotional series.
Yep, so information for you guys out there on the stream right now. The session has been red flagged, but the timer has been lock stopped, as in paused here. So the drivers will still have 15 minutes and 9 seconds of qualifying between.
As we are going to be...
And that was as the race director, informing the drivers that we'll be resuming the race really soon. So again, they will still have 15 minutes of qualifying left for them to complete. So this is going to allow them at least a little bit of time here in order to try to better their times and hopefully be able to get themselves further up on the grid.
Well, another 40 seconds before we come back. Time has been locked in, so this is going to be very interesting to see how this is going to affect the drivers back in terms of time here. It's a little bit unfortunate that Ayn Idrus has to sit this one out for now. However, it is going to be interesting to see how she's going to bounce back from this, whether or not she has the opportunity to bounce back from this if given enough time for the car to be repaired. So we do see now red flag has already been removed. We are going to go back into it in a few more seconds.
So the session will be resuming at 11:32.
As we are going to go underway. 15 minutes on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the promotional qualifying rounds here today at the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival VR Challenge Season 2. Coming to you live from Bandar Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as of right now, before the session was stopped, Sean Lee was the provisional pole sitter, followed by Shuki Yahya. Danielle, who has been trying to fight Wani Hasrita, is currently in P6. Then we got Nabila Razali in P7. Ayn Idrus, who unfortunately crashed out, will be sitting out the qualifying session for the time being. Then we also got Akio Takayama from UMW Toyota, currently in P9. Then we got Shafiq Kyle in car number 88 in P10, and Jana Nick in P11. With Ayn Idrus out of the way, there could we potentially see anyone from P9 to P11 potentially upgrade themselves up, given that she's currently out of the session.
Well, now that she's out of the session, this could be an opportunity for some of these drivers to push themselves higher a little bit in terms of where they are. We are going to be going into this long straight here, as we'll be seeing some of these drivers come out with quite a bit of speed coming out from a turn number 4.
13 minutes left. The thing is, the drivers will have to take a bit of time here to go out on their outlets here. We're going to see Shuki Yahya currently leading the train, going through into his sector 1 in a moment. Kai Bahar following up very closely behind him. Nabila Razali coming through as well. Then we also got a train of cars here. Car number 6, Sean Lee, is currently sandwiched between Akio Takayama and Shafiq Kyle. So that could actually put a bit of a damper here in his attempt here to try to defend his P1 at the moment. We have someone going into the pits now. Akio Takayama going in together with Sean Lee. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. Perhaps maybe something has not been set properly before we went out onto the race there. So they're going to have a few words with their engineers for sure, but hopefully nothing too serious there. Sean Lee needs to be able to stay out on track to defend his pole position.
All right, so we're going to be seeing now Sean Lee already out onto the pits as 12 minutes 40 seconds is going to be the time on the clock here. An opportunity for Shukri Yahya as well as Nabil Ahmad to knock down Sean Lee a few pegs in terms of his pole position. So this could be an opportunity for Shukri Yahya as well as Nabil Ahmad if they add a little bit more urgency to their drive. We do see Wani Hasrita right now in car number 8 with the best lap of 1 minute and 21 in the books right now, holding comfortably on 5th spot of the entire qualifying rounds.
So Shuki Yahya has just set a lap time there. There's going to be 119.614. Not quite his best yet. Hopefully we'll be able to improve on it as time goes on. But the other drivers on track right now are currently going to be going out on their flying lap. 12 minutes left here. Wani Hasrita about halfway through is going to be coming across the line really soon here. Let's see if she's going to be able to get a really good time going across the line. She should be coming down towards the final turn any moment now. 1:11 seconds left to the turn.
Well, as they are going to be coming out from that turn here, it is going to be very interesting to see how some of these drivers are going to be adjusting here as Ayn Idrus has been taken out from this qualifying round. This could be very interesting to see how positioning is going to be affected with Ayn Idrus versus departure from the qualifying rounds.
Kai Bahar now should be coming down the runway. He is currently on his fast lap. His best time has been a 120 so far. His last lap was a 121 before the session stopped. So let's see if he's going to be able to better that time. Going down the straight is going to be important for him to get as quick as he can to get up to the top speed. But for now, it looks like Nabil Ahmad is just these two guys, again, have been battling it out ever since we've been seeing them in practice. And I'm glad to see that this battle has been continuing on until this qualifying session. So now Nabil Ahmad is going to be sitting up in P2 with a time of 119.322. That's going to be a tough one to follow there for Shukri Yahya.
Well, it seems that Nabil Ahmad, Shukri Yahya, as well as Kai Bahar are going to be maintaining their times here for second, third, and fourth spot. We do see Diana Danielle as well as Nabila Razali maintaining most of their times as well. So there isn't going to be any significant changes in terms of positioning for this promotional qualifying rounds. However, that could change in the blink of an eye or in the span of minutes.
So Diana Danielle now sitting at 121.7. Wani Hasrita has not been able to bring the 121s yet on lap having set 122. So Diana could be in a good position here to try to be able to get that P5 position and race green as the queen right now on this track. Less than 10 minutes to go on this session now. It's going to be a race against time for these drivers to get their best laps in.
Well, we do see now that coming from some of these players here, excuse me, from some of these drivers here, they are attacking some of these turns with really good skill here, as we are going to be watching from car number 94, Kai Bahar. Not too far behind him is going to be Nabila Razali as well. So this is going to be interesting to see how some of these drivers are going to be interacting with one another. Akio Takayama right now being trailed behind by Nabil Ahmad with a time of 1 minute and 19. Nabil Ahmad definitely enjoying himself at second spot.
Yeah, so Akio Takayama is just coming across the line second at 123. Not able to best item interest yet. I think Shauna Nick should be coming across the line pretty soon, and she's been improving very steadily ever since practice. Now she's been able to get into the 123s and could potentially be fighting Shafiq Kyle for P10 very soon. So that's definitely going to leave her smiling here going through this qualifying session. Nabil Ahmad now is currently out on his flying lap here. Let's see if he's going to be able to best his time here, because he needs to defend his P2 position from Shuki Yahya, who's slowly but surely starting to close in on him.
Well, this is going to be interesting how these drivers are going to be closing in on one another here, as Nabil Ahmad as well as Shukri Yahya are going to be having a very competitive race here. It is going to be a margin of 0.72. Actually, 0.072 of a second between Shukri Yahya as well as Nabil Ahmad between them. So it's going to be interesting to see how second and third place is going to be affected. Behind is going to be Kai Bahar. He has been a little bit further behind from Nabil Ahmad as well as Shukri Yahya in terms of timing. However, not too far behind from Kai Bahar, so she still has an opportunity to actually take in Kai Bahar and try to steal away that fourth spot.
So Nabil Ahmad has just gone across the line. He's not going to be able to better his time yet of 119.322, which is set at 121.5. But he's showing that, far from the comedian that he's known for, when he gets behind a wheel, he seems to be pretty dang serious.
Well, definitely serious here, as we are going to be seeing that Sean Lee is still going to be enjoying himself at first spot here in car number 6. We do see now beautifully done there, coming in from Shukri Yahya, coming in from those turns with a pretty good speed there and attacking those turns really well.
Yeah, Kai Bahar now also out on his out lap. Kai Bahar, who is the king of Smule, he's definitely looking to make a name for himself as far as motor racing is concerned, and he's definitely putting himself in a really good position here. If he gets a really good start in race 2, even if he does qualify only P4, he could potentially start to challenge Nabil Ahmad and Shuki Yahya for that podium position, and that could be shaping up to be a really exciting thing to see when we actually get to the race.
Well, it could be a very exciting set of events for them here, as they are going to be fighting against one another later on in the evening. So we do see now that coming in, Diana Danielle in car number 15 was able to clock in a time of 1 minute and 21 seconds here for her, and she's going to be maintaining herself at 6th spot. We do see Wani Hasrita as well, not too far off from Diana not too far off from Wani Hasrita as well, but we do see that there is not going to be any changes from positions 1 to 4, but we do see Shafiqah right now being able to take over Akio Takayama with a time of 1 minute and 23 seconds.
Diana Daniel's last lap was 124, so she still must be struggling to try to get the car up to speed here on this racetrack, because again, for you guys at home, you know, the thing is that it's not always that you will be able to get really fast lap time right out of the way. You kind of have to build up towards it, and the way you do that is basically by getting the tires warmed up, you know, as you try to push it through corners. And the thing is that Diana Danielle seems to be struggling to get the grip she needs, actually, perhaps to get an optimal racing line out in order to be able to better her time. So the thing is that if she's not able to keep this up with only 5 minutes of qualifying, she could potentially lose that P5 position here to Wani Hasrita.
Well, Wani Hasrita here could actually lose out the time to Diana Danielle, but it really depends on how Diana Danielle closes in terms of time. Akio Takayama right now is getting a better time here. 1:23, 278 of a second is going to be the time for Akio Takayama. We do see Shakri still maintaining his top spot, however, just hanging out in the pit spot. We do see now coming in from the side of Shukri Yahya as well as Nabil Ahmad Kai Bahar still maintaining 2nd, 3rd, and 4th spot. No changes thus far, however, there was a little bit of a change. The only change up that we've managed to observe thus far is between Shukri Yahya as well as Nabil Ahmad, who has been teeing off from 2nd and 3rd spot respectively.
Yeah, Shukri Yahya has just beaten Nabil Ahmad at his game. Nabil is now down into P3 with Shukri having set a 119.135, putting him ever closer to Sean Lee, but still quite a ways away. But the thing is, you know, these two guys have constantly been just trading fast lap times after fast lap times against each other, and I'm glad to see that even as qualifying is coming to close, you know, these two drivers are still absolutely going at it and trying their best to better each other and see who will be able to start on their front row. But also give a special shout out here to Shafiq Kyle in car number 88. He's just beaten Akio Takayama to take up one position there to make it into P9, and perhaps if he can keep this up, he might be able to get into P8 as well if he had just better a time of a 122.9. And oh, looks like Akio Takayama, having sensed the pressure coming in from Shafiq Kyle, has just overtaken him and has actually snatched away P8 for himself, going up, setting a time of a 122.449. And Shafiq Kyle, oh, again, trading blows again, goes ahead and sets a 120.098. These lap times are coming in faster than I can even keep up with.
Well, 3 minutes on the clock here. A little bit of urgency can be felt from these drivers as they are going to be speeding it up towards the final few laps. So we do see that only 3 minutes are left for them to get their best times in. Sean Lee, Shukri Yahya, as well as Nabil Ahmad. Diana Danielle was able to come up at 4th spot here. A very big climb from 5th spot, if I'm not mistaken. So it's very good to see that she was able to knock down Kai Baha to 5th spot. Wani Hasrita right now still struggling to get that spot of 5th. However, we do see Shafiq Kyle, Nabila Razali, Akio Takayama nicely enjoying themselves at 7, 8, and 9, whereas Ayn Idrus and Jana Nick are going to be 10th and 11th thus far.
Diana Danielle is definitely putting a very strong statement of that time. She's saying that she's still very, very fast on track. She's just improved her time again, saying a 120.7 now, slowly but surely increasing the gap between her and Kai Bahar. But the thing is, she needs to break the 120s and get into the 119s if she wants to have any chance of finding the podium position. But at least at this point now, she may be the person to beat here in the midfield.
Well, it is going to be interesting how it is going to be developing for them. Shukri Yahya as well, holding on run towards a very good spot here. Nabil Ahmad still maintaining that third spot. Diana Danielle crawling up towards fourth spot from 6th and 5th and 6th now. I think initially she started off at about maybe 7th, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely a big applause for Diana Danielle, slowly clawing her way up here as she has Nabil Ahmad in her sights here, nicely enjoying that time of 1 minute 20 seconds. However, she has to dig a little bit deeper if she wants to beat that time of 1 minute and 19 from Nabil Ahmad. We do have 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock for this qualifying round for the promotional class. So could time be of an essence here in the final 60 seconds of this qualifying series, of this qualifying round?
Yeah, Nabil Ahmad not able to bring it to the 119s just yet, but at least him being on the track at the moment still means that he has one last chance here to get a flying lap in. Diana Danielle is just set at 120.1. She's getting ever closer to breaking into the 119 gang, so this is definitely going to be exciting to see. Shukri Yahya is still going to be sitting very pretty in P2 at the moment, unless Nabil Ahmad suddenly pulls a rabbit out of his hat and sets a really fast sector 2 here. I think it's going to be pretty hard for Shukri Yahya to get dethroned unless Nabil Ahmad can really step up to the plate here. In the meantime, though, Shafiq Kyle has already overtaken Akio Takayama again, but only to get overtaken by Nabila Razali in P7. So with a time of a 122, he's the fastest person in the 122's club at the moment, just ahead of Akio Takayama, Ayn Edris, and Jana Nick.
Well, 5 seconds left on the clock here as the checkered flag is going to be waved off for these races here. Checkered flag already being waved off as the sound off for the checkered flag has been pulled off already. We do see Sean Lee right now is going to be maintaining his top spot at number 1 at pole position. However, Shukri Yahya as well as Nabil Ahmad, Diana Danielle may still maintain that second, third, and fourth spot respectively. We shall take a look at the highlights as we check out how much action has transpired in this very action-packed qualifying round for the promotional class.
So congratulations once again to Sean Lee. He has proven himself to be the top of the class right now, currently in P1. But we've definitely been seeing a lot of back and forth here between some of these pairings. I mean, particularly Shukri Yahya and Nabil Ahmad. They've been constantly going at it against each other. But of course, the saddest thing today is definitely going to be Ayn Edris, who unfortunately slammed her car against the wall there and had to sit out the last half of this qualifying session. And she's going to be qualifying in P10 at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not she'll be able to make up some time when it comes to the actual race.
Now we shall see the highlights in a bit. It has been, I think everyone has already crossed off on to the finish line here as we take a look at how they attack some of these turns in the early stages of here. Turn 5 from that long straight is definitely going to be enjoyed by quite a lot of these races here. Very sharp hairpin turn.
Turn that comes in after a fast chicane there that is set up by the barriers there.
As we are going to be seeing here, these are going to be the results thus far. Sean Lee still maintains his top spot, followed by Shukri Yahya, Nabil Ahmad, Diana Danielle, Kai Baha, Wani Hasrita, Nabila Razali, Shafiq Kyle, Akio Takayama, and Ayn Edris are going to be making our top 10 for today, as well as Jana Nick at 11th spot with 1 minute and 23 seconds.
Yeah.
Beautifully done by all of our promotional class drivers. So, man, oh man, has it been crazy ton of events. The super sporting class is coming up next.
Yep.
Listen. Here is the sound of respect. The sound of unparalleled style. The sound of a car that says everything without saying anything. A car engineered to push standards, to push the status quo. There's only one place to go for a car like that. forward. The all-new Corolla. Unspoken class.
Toyota, all about the drive. Toyota, all about the drive.